Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Chainsaw Man Chapter 145. But, like usual, before we do that, let's talk a little bit about 144. So we had some church members, they were waiting for public safety to arrive, and at first they didn't seem sure or excited to be, to be able to use those guns or, just this whole thing of fighting for the church like this. And we have Novana just expressing very nervous and panicky concern over, not having had the information of, we had this many guns here. And then, that old guy that was in 143, I think. Yeah. He's like, these guns are weapons of light bestowed upon us by Chainsaw Man. With his light, we will drive away the darkness within the government. It is Chainsaw Man's will. Once again, just spouting bullshit to them. But once, he mentions, oh, this is all for Chainsaw Man, basically. This is all possible because of Chainsaw Man. Then the brainwashed kids are just like, yeah, Chainsaw Man rules. We can do this. So, yeah, now they're up to the task. Or as far as they think that they do. So we have the police outside, and then they say, sending one special Division 7 agent through the front and one through the back. So obviously the one that comes through the front is, well, the name of the devil, or, the thing that they're a devil of, is not really said. I mean, we can obviously assume because of the nails in their head, and the title of the chapter has nails in it. Let's see, it's guns, nails, and katana. So therefore, the nail fiend. But I saw some people like wanting to theorize that it's a different fiend. Like it could be like the cursed fiend, because remember the cursed devil used nails for abilities and to kill people. But I'm leaning more towards the nail fiend, just because it needs a hammer to attack, or it uses a hammer to attack. So I don't think this is Occam's razor. The most simple answer is probably the right one. But yeah, it is kind of funny that the first time we see, well, not the first time, there's a panel right next to Novana aiming a gun at them. Also, kind of, I don't know if that was planned, but it's kind of funny that another Higashima sibling is once again facing off against a Katana Man with a gun. But yeah, the silhouette right next to him, it looks very much so like Katana Man when he's in human form, of course, without the nails. But I think it was a clever misdirection by Fujimoto being like, oh, Katana's in the title, is it gonna be him? And no. I wish we got more Katana Men in the chapter instead of just like the double page spread and one panel before that, but that's fine. My goodness, why they're almost only Muppets? Wait, what is that? Oh goodness, I just googled the word Muppet, and it just says an attractive young child, especially a girl. That makes this fiend very sus. What do you mean you're calling a young child attractive? But then continue saying kids shouldn't play with guns. And then, the whole, they go on a whole spiel about, all kids should be in school, what do you have these children holding, you know? They should have been doing that. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kinda cool. Like the thing, it's kinda in the side of the children being like, yeah, this is not what they should be doing. They should be kids, you know, getting their education, but you know, aid obviously turned into something, uh, well, not good. And instead, you know, of being like a good side of the education system, I think it's more representing of the bad one, of being too, what's the word, like authoritative, you know, forcing someone to be in a school even though they don't want to, and then punishing them too harshly when they do something wrong. So it's interesting that that's the stance, or you know, that that's such a, so far, a big part of this fiend's personality. But yeah, um, they just keep going on about how like, oh, children are, the hands of children are just meant for stunning. Don't put guns into them. So they basically they just they use guns, not guns. They use nails to basically immobilize all the kids, and that's, you know, that's why I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. This theme seems so reasonable. Like from now on, use those precious hands to hold mechanical pencils, not guns. All right. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, they're actually being quite helpful and quite considerate. And the kid is like, no. He stutters, but he's like, yeah, sure. But then gets his head completely messed up by the thing attacking him with the hammer, simply because he didn't speak politely, which I'm guessing that was, you know, that he didn't use the polite speech in Japanese of keigo. So that's messed up. Like either way, whether they were with the church of public safety taking on them, uh, they were never going to actually be helped. They were only going to be punished, which it's sad. And then the old man comes in, and you know, he's like, "Oh, damn public safety dogs! The devil exterminators sell their souls to devils." And obviously, you know, because public safety is willing to work with devils as long as they can control them. Though apparently Special Division 7 seems to be even more so this case. I'm not like them, I'll become a devil myself. And then, you know, we find out that this guy made a contract with the Justice Devil. Again, like I said, the fact that we keep seeing people making contracts with the Justice Devil specifically in part 2, this is the third time. So there's definitely gonna have to be a time when we see the Justice Devil itself, and we're going to have to face it in some way. And it's gonna be relevant in terms of the themes that are going through that specific arc. Well, not necessarily, since, like I said, we've been getting glimpses of what the Justice Devil is about. But yeah, it basically not enhances, but like it takes a person's like sense of justice, and then like it twists it and like magnifies it so that it becomes something that is nothing akin like what, you know, what justice is technically supposed to be. But you know, justice is such a, it's not an abstract, but it's something that's just so you know, subject to change, that there's nothing concrete about it. And depending on who you ask, it's like, what is justice? And so, yeah, that's the whole thing. But yeah, Fiend, it just seems kind of amused about this and uh doesn't seem at all like this guy is a new threat to them. And so the Justice guy is about to kick the Nail Fiend, and that's when we get a glimpse only of his mouth of Katenaman saying "Justice," and then he cuts the guy's leg, and then boom, we get the double page spread. There is no such thing as justice with Chainsaw Man. And yeah, okay. So last time I noticed, or I commented that he had like a few like pouches on his belt, and then he had the extra katanas, and that was different. But that's not true. I definitely some people uh not comment, just on Twitter and such, that indeed he already had those in part one. So basically, his whole design is basically the same. But I did find it interesting that, yeah, in the anime he doesn't have them. So that's probably what made me think that he didn't have them in part one, but he does in the manga. So I'm slacking. Um, but yeah, I wonder why he has his usual code, because it's implied that the one there was supposed to be the Fiend, which went through the front, and then I'm guessing Katanaman came here through the back. So that means he's with public safety, right? Division 7? But then why isn't he wearing the public safety suit? So there's gotta be some sort of arrangement there that we aren't aware of yet, of course. But yeah, I think it's cool, and I honestly, yeah, Katana Man is 100% right. Chainsaw Man has nothing at all to do with justice. I forget the chapter, but you know the one where the church got a guy basically saying, "Oh, this is Chainsaw Man," and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I did this, and this for this and this, and some good and almighty reason." But then she's like, "I never became Chainsaw Man for reasons like those, you know. I only did it because I wanted to." And he's crying as he says it. So yeah, and it's true. Like Denji has never used the justice as a reason to do things. So yeah, either he was forced to do it when he was in public safety, or he did it because he wanted to gain people's love, or straight up because he wanted to protect people he came to care about, like Power or Aki. So yeah, I like that Katana Man seems true, actually. I mean, of course he's biased because he hates Denji, but he seems to actually get him a little more than people who seem to worship him. So yeah, that's really neat. Okay, let's go to chapter 145 now. All Shinsomen Church affiliated facilities in Tokyo, Kanagawa, Fukuoka, and Osaka are now under our control. Damn, there was more than one? Okay, I don't think we knew that. They had headquarters of the church in 4 different locations. We seized their secret caches of heavy weaponry. Yo, we're finally in part 2. Is this the first time we're going to get to see inside of public safety? That's gonna be cool. Please. He should have come back. What about the miners with illegal contracts? We're interning them in the Devil Control Center. I don't know. I don't know. What does that mean? I hope that doesn't sound good for them. Yeah. What? Sorry, the first thing I went to is chapter 145. The title is Kumbaya. What? Call in the parents and establish a victims group. Bring in the media too. Get those crying faces on camera. Ooh. Okay. For the media coverage. What is the story that they're gonna go with? Interesting. I don't know, this is public safety, so you never know how much a character might last, but it's interesting that we're getting... This guy seems to be the face for the public safety scene so far. I'm also authorizing the capture of the War Devil, aka Asamitaka. Shit! Yeah, I've seen some people say that, oh, well, you know, first it was the hybrids of the church, next the normal kids of the church, so it would make sense that they would target the face of the church, which is Asamitaka. Can't leave the church's poster girl out in the wild. Damn. Man, it's been so long since we saw her. Man, what does Asa think of all this? And here I was hoping she'd do us a favor and turn Chainsaw Man into a weapon. What? Wait, are we actually in public safety? What do they mean by this? Wait, that was their plan? This is unexpected. Why? I thought they were trying to protect him from her. Remember? And that's why they wanted Asa away from Denji. I'm confused. Why did they, other than, you know, that it might help with the prophecy, but I don't know. So the devil named consultant wants to speak with you. Says it's urgent. Understood. Oh wow, that's a big poster. Join us. You can see it from right there. Honestly, the hallway that they're walking through, I don't think it's meant to be the same, but it kind of reminds me of the one where in the anime with Aki, you know, like I think it's like in episode 4 when he's like looking and checking himself out before talking to Makima about what happened with Power Denji during the Bad Devil fight. What do you suppose the Chainsaw Man Church wanted in the end? To play at being Chainsaw Man, probably. I mean, their guess is as good as mine, because, you know, who knows what Fami is thinking. But she's definitely good at stringing people along. Oh, we're going back to this. Good, because I really wanted to know what happened after this. Chainsaw Man Church second in command, Baden Bridge. That's his last name? You're under arrest on charges of arms trafficking and furnishing devil contracts to minors. Interesting. Not what they're saying. I mean, yeah, that would be with what he would be charged with. Well, officially, obviously, because they know what he is. But I guess that would not be a crime. I'm not sure why they're not just saying, you know, unless he hasn't really done anything. What if he hasn't even transformed at all ever since public safety let him go, or you know they escaped? But yeah, they brought this what seemed to be nobodies from public safety, but not like what? They got Katana Man and the Nail Fiend for the kids at the church, but Bantam just gets these four. Why don't you work for public safety next? Bo and Katana are already with us. Oh, okay. So I think this is the first time we've gotten Quan Chi like actually being called the Bow Fiend. So that's what it is. It's not the crossbow. It's the Bow Fiend. Not the Bow Fiend. The Bow hybrid. What is he thinking? Could you give me a minute? It's sunset, the most beautiful time of the day. But this guy, just when I think, oh, I know exactly what he's about. Did not expect him to react like this too. I mean, we didn't see him being told basically, the whole operation that you had planned for the church and the other hybrids with you has failed. But considering the first panel of how Fumiko is looking at him and how he looks pretty like, like with a dumbfounded look in his face, I'm guessing they already told them. So I guess he's trying to process this? I don't know. Either that or he's trying to come up with something to like turn this in his favor. Then we see a panel of the city with a building saying game, let's play. We see then a elevator door. Upon analysis, we identified this devil believed to have been defeated by Chainsaw Man the other day. Yeah, isn't this the one that... Actually, technically it wasn't. If I recall correctly, this is the one where Nayuta made him think that he was, like, eating shit, so he vomited Denji and Asa. As the Justice Devil. What? Wait, that thing was the Justice Devil? That's a little underwhelming. I mean, it's not. He was defeated by Nagata, the Control Devil. I'm just saying that the way that we find out finally how the Justice Devil looks, like in the flesh. And it's basically after it was already defeated. I don't know, it feels a little underwhelming, but maybe we're gonna get more stuff. Also, if it was defeated, basically was killed. Well, Man, I need to read that chapter now. But wouldn't it have been basically sent back to hell? I'm guessing this is just, its past corpse. Any chances the fairness or equality devil? Huh. Interesting that he's doubting that that's what it is. Maybe? None. Its name is Justice. I'd stake my life on it. Okay. Why did this guy that we've been following didn't believe that that's the Justice Devil? Which begs a question. Even after this devil's death, the Chainsaw Man Church followers could use the power attributed to the Justice Devil. Is that correct? Yeah. I was thinking that, like, if it's dead, like, how can the church followers still use its power? Because, once the devil... Actually, do we know that? If the devil dies, technically the power that they were lending to a human should stop working. Until, the reincarnated version of the devil makes a new contract, right? I don't know if I'm right on that. According to the reports, yes, Division 4 killed the follower who used it. Wait, Division 4? I thought the one sent to Division 7... Sorry, I thought the ones sent to the church in 144 was Division 7. In that case, it's looking like the devil they made contracts with was never the Justice Devil. Oh, this is interesting. What? Okay, so never mind then. We've only had then 2 cases of the Justice Devil making contracts with people in part 2 as far as we've seen. But the one in 144, that was a different devil, disguising itself as the Justice Devil. We're broadcasting to you live from the Chainsaw Man's Church, Okinawa chapter. Take a look, folks. Followers who have illegally contracted with the Justice Devil are fighting devil hunters right before our eyes. Yo, we're back to Asa. It's been so long. Hey, girl. The Chainsaw Man Church is doing what? Even Yoru seems confused or surprised. But yeah, good. We all figured that Asa had no freaking idea about all the unsavory stuff that the church was doing. Oh shit! Ding dong! Asa, don't open the door. Both her and Yoda have a very oh shit look in their face. War Devil, get on the ground with your hands behind your head. Eesh. Yeah, that's definitely public safety. I wonder if they have, like, you know, heavy hitters on the team that went to get her. Or them, Yoru and Asa. Yoru seems to, like, be getting, like, mentally prepared to strike back. Whereas Asa just seems, like, nervous. But yeah, man, that popularity phase with these two did not last, huh? I came up with a plan in case enemies ever get my address and attacked us at home. This apartment belongs to me. I'm about to turn room C06 into a weapon. Oh, okay. I need you to control my body afterward. Make sense? Ooh. There's a big panel emphasizing Yoru's reaction to this, and she seems quite taken aback by it. Even though I would assume they have already discussed this. You've become pretty well compared to when we first met. Yeah, like old Asa would have been like, I don't, let's just run. I don't want to turn anything, even if it's, something inanimate like my apartment, into a weapon. Just because of what it could mean to her. But this also is gonna have, some big, a big change in the story, because now Asa is basically gonna be homeless. She's going to have to, always be on the move. So how is she gonna deal with that? Yeah, and whose fault is that? Yeah, definitely Yoda's. She wouldn't have been dismissed to begin with if she didn't have the War Devil living inside her. Get ready. Okay. Room 606. Sword! Whoa. What happened here? It looks... Wait, that's a tentacle. Wait, is that Yoshida? Yo, oh, I'm kinda hype, yo. I don't think anyone saw this coming, me included, of course. Everyone was thinking that maybe Reze was going to be sent to eliminate Asa, but this is honestly better. These two have always been kind of, like clashing, even though Asa didn't really know it, so it's been kind of one-sided. But Yoshida has definitely had, I would say, not very positive feelings towards her. But yeah, he used the octopus devil, and it seems like he also tried to use a sword on her. And just from the lines on it, you can see that it's pretty fast. Like, he went inside it even before she could finish the word sword. He used octopus to break down the door, and then in a second he was behind her. Oh shit. Oh, this is hype. Oh, okay, we're back to bottom. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. What is this, bro? I'm in an instance such as this, I really gotta wonder If this is exactly, how it's written in Japanese, just, katakana. If it's different, I'm so curious to know what it says for kumbaya. Time to go home, Naita. I'll drop you off. I'm starving. Mm, yeah, this is definitely a chapter, before all shit cuts loose. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Oh, yo, big ass panel for Yoshida, but we still don't know. Could he really have one shot at Asa? No way, right? But I'm really trying to also, decipher his expression. He definitely doesn't seem happy to be doing this. He doesn't have, the killer smile. Like, remember part 1? When he killed one of the American brothers? Here he almost seems kinda disappointed have to be doing this. Disappointed. Or, disappointed in himself. But also, like, I don't know, maybe I'm getting things that aren't there, but he almost feels like, if only there was a different way to do this. Oh, Lord. Oh, shit. Kumbaya. Asa lost a full arm. Yeah. And he still has even though we can't see his eyes, he still has the same sort of expression on his face. And like I said, he doesn't seem to be enjoying this, which is interesting. I wonder, like, what are you feeling, man? We know so little about Yoshida, yet we've had enough screen time with him, whereas, like, I can make educated guesses. But sometimes I wanna be told, Yeah, Asa, I'm not too worried about her. She's the co-protagonist of part 2. I don't think this is when she's gonna die. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Asa's classification is that she's a fiend. So that means that she can get the arm back if uh, gets fed blood, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know if she would have. She's in a pretty tough spot considering that Yoshida will not let her do that here. I don't. Yeah, looking at where they're standing, I don't even think that she had the chance to turn the apartment into a weapon. So that's a shame. I wanted to see Asa have a little bit of a chance. But I guess that goes to show, it's been since part 1 since we saw Yoshida fighting. And he was the real deal. Like, he was the only person besides Kishibe that was able to block one of Quan Chi's attacks and actually be able to hit her. So yeah, Asa herself, instead of Yoru, was never going to touch him. And like I said, this is obviously not the end of Asa's character arc. But you gotta wonder how she's going to come back from this. Also, Banem singing, it definitely sets the tone for the scene. This is one of those things. Like, I rarely go to that, but I this is something that I was like, huh. I gotta wonder how they would do this in the anime. Like, you see still, well, you hear Bottom still singing, and then you see the sunset, and then we cut to Yoshida slicing Asa as you hear the last. Oh Lord. Oof. Really, really good chapter, by the way. Also, it's interesting to note. I don't think it's a coincidence, but I'm pretty sure Yoshida is using the. He's not wearing the suit, or he's not wearing the coat. So he's using the same type of like top clothing as young Kishibe. Remember? When he met Quanchi, he was pretty much using the exact type of clothes, even with the sword sheath on his back. But yeah, I mean, it's a great chapter, but I feel like I already had everything that I wanted to say while reading it. I'm sure I'm still gonna have more things to say next week. When talking about this chapter at the beginning of the next video. But for now, I mean, it's cool that Asa is back, you know? She was missed. I not as missed as I didn't miss her as much as some other people did. But it's cool to have her back in the story. And it just feels right that it's Yoshia who seems to be the one taking her out. Considering they've been you know, not paralleled, but they've been sort of like framed in opposite sides of different situations. But like the biggest one is obviously when he told Asa to get away from Denji. But yeah, I did not mention him or well these two at all. But it's interesting that Denji and Naruto are present this chapter, but they don't really have any sort of like big story relevance. They're kind of just there and kind of oblivious of things happening outside of Banem and whatever it is that the public safety agents told them. But I would say he has like the gist of things, and he doesn't seem super affected by them. But yeah, he heard that Katana is with public safety. Let me go back to what Fumiko said. Yeah, Bon and Katana are already with us, and there was no reaction from Denji. So I saw some people say that maybe he already forgot about Katana Man, which I wouldn't like. Simply because, you know, the whole thing with Himeno, and then just the fact that also it was because of Katana Man that he met Kishibe, and that's when he first started to kind of want to fight a different way to become stronger. But yeah, this was 145. So if you have something that I missed, or if you interpreted a scene a different way, please do let me know. But yeah, this is gonna be it for me. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.